Well, I gotta say, at a young age, my grandfather always kept his whole family really close to God. So we prayed together before we ate, and then he made sure like he had a busy job, and he would even come home, eat dinner with the family, and then leave again to go to work. So I just remember when I got to a certain age, and I just finally realized I would look over at my grandfather, and I'm like, everyone's eating. I don't like the food today. How come you're not eating? And he basically said, I just want to make sure everyone gets a good amount of food in before I eat. I was like, oh, so you're like saving the food for us? This was me when I was young. And he's like, no, I just want to make sure everyone's eating. I need to eat too. And then I said, okay, you can have my food. And then he's like, no, I need you to eat your food. So I'm eating it. I'm thinking, I don't want to eat the greens today, right? But then when he like I say, it was about 7 minutes later, he starts getting a little bit of eat. And he's still, then I realized what I've noticed him look around, making sure, and he's been consistent with this for the longest time. So just from that, and then when I got into wrestling and then wrestled and I competed in like the high level tournaments where I would have to travel, I just remember that he always like always get on his knees and pray right before I would fight or wrestle, and then so, like someone in the family, I would call my mom, and then she would call him or call someone else to tell him, hey, Kung's about to wrestle or fight. So and he would pray. So then the one time I went to Macau against Rich Franklin, I forgot to call back because after the win, we all like went out to celebrate. I was overseas. I wasn't thinking about that, and like 2 hours later, like my phone's ringing. They're like, "What happened?" I'm like, "Oh, you should know." And they're like, "No one's turning on the TV or the news. They just want to wait for my phone call because they get nervous, right?" So I'm like, "I won," and they're like, "Next time you got to tell us he's been on his knees for 2 hours." After that you, I'm like, oh, sorry. So
Can I, can,
just
can,
from just
can I
from
say
that.
can I say one thing? And
Yeah.
as you're saying that, I feel that it's so special as a father, and I try to be as present as I can to my children. They're 14 and 16. The bare fact that what he did, it shows the power of the love, the heart, and as a provider, that is the provider at the maximum. And as a father, you're trying to educate, you're trying to teach your kids, you're trying to mentor them directly and indirectly, but you're also a provider. And he understood that and being present, because I think that's the biggest thing with most parents is not understanding what it is to be present, and him having the understanding to come home, to have dinner, and then go back to work and be present. And that's before all this internet and motivational speakers and all that. He was present and a provider, which is incredible, man. So I praise that, and I praise your grandfather for doing that and what he did, because obviously that indirect mentoring, which he did to you, turned you into a man, right?
Yes. I mean, between him and my mom, it made the huge difference in my life, understanding that you're never alone.